I promise you that it's not me. I'm not cutting us off. But I think we have so many people watching that YouTube just like coming up. We had like 600 plus people on here watching, and so it cut us off all at once. So I'm going to try and this is my third time because they've cut us off twice now. What I will do is I will put all three of these together. Okay. Hopefully you guys will find me again. It's really frustrating though. Again, this is not me. This is YouTube doing this. So, one more time. Okay. Sorry, I didn't notice it sooner, guys. I apologize. But YouTube just keeps cutting us off. So, going back to what I was saying, you can see what I had here. Hopefully you guys can see that. And hopefully you guys are hearing me now. I apologize. I see we got over 1,000 subscribers now. That's good. If you could please, if you're back on here again, just kind of give me a thumbs up or let me know that you're here. And I'll keep going. I see 6 people are watching. It's crazy. Okay, but at any rate, this is what I was working on when you all got cut off again. YouTube just keeps doing it. It's not my phone. I promise you, it's not the phone. It's nothing else. It's just YouTube because so many people are watching the channel, which is it's a great problem to have. I mean, I'm not going to complain about the fact a lot of people are watching, but I wish they wouldn't cut you guys off because there's so many people watching. I looked at the number and said there was over 600 people on at any one time, which is a lot. And now that I'm hitting 1,000 subscribers, that will go away. Oh, good. Some of you are coming back. That's good to see. Please talk in the comments. Please let me know what's going on. I don't know why this keeps doing it. We've got perfect connection and perfect weather here. It's not us that's doing this. And I'll have to discuss this with YouTube later, but I think now that we're hitting 1,000 subscribers, that probably will not be an issue going back in the future. Okay, well, anyway, stop beating that dead horse. Here's where we are on the finish. I'm going to put another coat of this on. This tung oil that I know you didn't get the chance to see me do last time because you cut off and I didn't notice it for a couple of minutes. My fault on that. I should have seen it right away in there. Okay. And I will go back and do another finish on this later on when we're all done with the inside of the bowl. But just wanted to get another coat on this right now to kind of protect the wood. As you can see, it really does make everything kind of stick out a lot more. Look at this orange here that it comes popping out of that you didn't know was there before. So, yeah, it's pretty soft, pretty smooth, but it's going to need some more work. But I'm going to get this turned around. You guys deserve. You've been sticking around with me. We've been cut off twice now. Twice. I'm going to vacuum here real quick just to get some of this out of the way with my reduced sound vacuum. If you haven't seen the video, I invite you to go to my channel and look under Quiet Vacuum System for shop. There's a short form version, which is okay, but there's a long version that really goes, it's a 4-minute version of video that goes into more details. I did a lot of research before I built it. I built sound baffles that cut down about 30 decibels out of the sound without affecting any of the power of the vacuum. And that was the important thing, because if you cut down the pressure, you cut down the sound, you could also cut off the effectiveness of having the vacuum in the first place. So I want to make sure I didn't do that. So that's on our channel here. I have about close to 100 videos altogether on the channel. Most of them are for wood turners or for woodworkers. And they show there's a lot of shop techniques and small things. I try to keep my videos short on purpose because it is called 2-minute tips for wood turners, and that's why. Because I don't want to waste any of your time. And I know when I'm watching videos, I don't want to sit there for a half an hour while some guy tells me about all the things that he did. I just want to get to the nitty-gritty of what's going on. I have some safety videos with some special tips in there, things you wouldn't have thought of before. Yeah, I think if you go and check out some of my videos, you'll find that they're a little bit different than the ones that you see on most of the other channels. And I try and pop a lot of information into a very short period of time. The nice thing about YouTube videos is you can go back and watch them again. It's not like you're sitting in a lecture hall or something. You can go back and watch them and learn and review them anytime you want. And please, and if you do like what you're seeing on one of those, please hit the like button on them also. That tells me that I'm on the right direction, and I'll make more videos like that. So, in fact, I could use some ideas for more videos. If you have any ideas, put them in the comments section of the of one of my videos. I read all those comments that come up. Don't always get to all the ones here on the live, but I do get the ones that you comment on my videos. So if you comment on the video and you want to get me some sort of like, hey, could you do one about this or that? Just let me know, and I'll see what I can do to accommodate you. I do get a lot of interesting questions on those comments. Okay, we're getting I'm sorry, this is a little bit on the boring side while I'm vacuuming, but I don't want to be standing ankle deep in sawdust when I'm doing the next project. It does make it a little bit slippery, and this is a safety thing also. Just so you know, I put rubber mats down on the floor here so that I have a comfortable surface to stand on when I'm turning. And it does kind of help, with the leg fatigue and so forth. And it looks like I'm getting full. As I can see here, I'm already full at the top. I'm going to have to go empty this again. I didn't empty it today, and usually I do it once a week, and I didn't do it this morning. I was picking up some more wood. So, dumb me, I'm going to have to get that emptied before I leave here tonight. Okay, let's see if we can take these off. There, and the last one. Oops. If you were here for the first one I did today, we had the faceplate tear off. The wood broke, cracked, and threw everything off. That was on this one. So if you didn't see that one, we had to kind of set this aside for a little bit. I think think we'll be able to go back to that one too. We'll see. Watching our time here. Oh, good. We got almost 200 people back in again. Please hit that like button if you can. Hi, Miguel. Miguel, get the conversation going here. I only see 2 people in the conversation there. Let's get some people talking. Please don't be shy. Go ahead and talk away. Jump in and come by and say hi to me. Don't worry, nobody's going to come at you. Let's see how we're turning here. Pretty true. Pretty true. I'm trying to. Okay. One thing I always tell people, don't over torque. You don't want to crack your wood when you're trying to, you just want it to hold. Okay? Don't over torque your wood. Okay. And let's make a mess again. I'm going to try and get you a little bit closer. There we go. Let's see if we can do this before they kick us off again. If they do, guys, I'm just sorry. I will try and do another live maybe on Saturday or Sunday, probably Saturday. Saturday or Sunday morning, but look for it. If you're subscribed, you'll get notified about it. So if you want to be sure to know, subscribe to the channel, and you'll get a notification when my next live is. We always do a live on Thursday at 3 o'clock Pacific time. That's out in California, actually. So at 3 p.m. on Thursdays. But I usually try and get another one in, usually on the weekend. And we've had some really good ones early in the morning, my time. It's made it a much better time for folks overseas and in Europe and Asia. So if you want to see more of this, or maybe the continuation of something that I was turning here today, that's like the best place to go. Okay. Now we can go up in speed. I'm not going to do mock Jesus or anything, but we're going to get up there. There we go. Oh, that's what I was worried about. See that? Big chunk of wood came out, and that could be a real problem. I'm going to go very lightly here. Very lightly. There's a soft piece of wood there. Okay. This is what everybody likes to watch. Oh, it's chipping out again. I just had another big chunk come out. That does concern me. I don't want to go too fast through this, or too hard. See what came flying out there. Yeah, see a piece broke right out here and here. There's some soft pieces in here. You're going to have to be real careful. Normally I would take a pretty good sized piece out of here at a time, but I'm not sure I want to do that with this. how easy that comes out of the middle. I don't want to start getting a domed finish here, so. Okay, how are we coming here? Okay, guys. Hey, Big Dog. How you doing? I've been kicked off twice so far tonight. This is my third live tonight because it keeps kicking me off because I had too many people in here. So, hey, Big Dog, you can help me out there a little bit. I'm gonna just a second here. There we go. There we go. I'm going to make you a managing moderator there, Big Dog, if you don't mind. Just to kind of keep an eye on things for me. But we've been kicked off twice because I had too many people watching. And we were up over 600 at one point, and it said that's too many people for the number of subscribers you have. So my answer to everybody is please subscribe. The more subscribers we get today, and I think we're getting over 1,000 now. If we get over 1,000 subscribers, they'll take off that limitation, and all of you will be able to get in here. Plus, if you're subscribed, you also get a notification of my next live, because I'm going to probably have to do this in another live. I'm going to have to finish off what we started today, and I'll probably do that, probably Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure which. Probably on Saturday, because Sunday the NFL's game is going to be in Ireland. For any of you that are in Ireland, the NFL game is going to be in Ireland starting at 6 my time, 6 a.m. my time. I know there's an 8-hour time difference, but still. There might be some interesting people watching that game. Although I'm not sure if it's a really good contest, but we'll see. Anyway. But if you can like and subscribe, at least you'll be notified when we're doing our lives. Okay, it looks like we're past that part where everything was breaking off inside. Let's see. The Ohio Pen Turners Gathering. Cool. This weekend. Hey, Ryan. How you doing, Ryan? Yeah, Ryan and I had a great time at the Clovis Junk Days on Sunday. We were there with the Sequoia Woodturners. There was a few of us there that brought some of our turnings and got a lot of good positive feedback from the people, and some people bought, which is good. And I think we got a few more people coming to our next printers meeting, which is that's this Saturday. I just thought of that. So yeah, I won't be doing a live this Saturday morning because our printers meeting is at 9 o'clock on Saturday. But the only way I could do it is if I did it like at 5 o'clock in the morning my time or something, which I could do, I suppose. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to have to figure out the logistics and all that. Oh, what do you think, Ryan? Do a 2-hour live and then go to the meeting? That'd be a lot. That'd be a full morning of wood turning, wouldn't it? So this is the third iteration of my live today. Like I said, if my original live got cut off for too many people watching, and then my live got turned off again for having too many people watching at once, so it cut me off. This is the third time, so hopefully they don't cut us off this time. But please do hit the like button. I'd appreciate it, because even if you were watching the other one, that like doesn't carry over. So if you carry over the like to this one and you're enjoying what you're watching, you came back to watch it, please hit that. Okay? I'll take this little shaving off here. Gotta say, this turns pretty good once you get past those little defect areas. And for those of you that are kind of new to turning, when you're turning like this and turning to the inside, look at that wall, and you can see your cutting edge moving up this wall. You don't have to be bending way over here to see it. You just bring this along, be in a safe position, and watch it coming up the side here, and you'll be able to see, am I on the right angle? Am I maintaining the same curve? So forth. So that's one way to do that. I don't recommend always going out, by the way. You're going to do this. You do this right here. You're putting stress on the outside of the bowl, and that's when you can loosen this tenon a little bit. If you come down the sides, like this, you're putting all the stress. All your stress is going in, so it's going into the jaws all the way, and so you're actually maintaining that connection with the jaws much better. So that's why you want to normally come in like this and down, but you also need to do cleaning cuts. Sometimes when you do a cleaning cut, make sure it's a nice light one. Come up and come all the way out. Do not just stop here, because you'll end up with ridges. You have to go back and get those out. So just a couple of little tips. Okay. Look at those snowflakes, huh? And as you get closer to the center, you roll this over just a little bit so that you're not trying to go like that. You're kind of turning your cutting edge in towards the middle. You see, I'm almost at a 90-degree angle with the center when I get there. And that helps cut that off. When you're coming this way, Again, this is just holding this on. It's just holding it down on the rest area. You're coming this way. Nice light stroke. This is lower. The base is lower than the top. You're pointing up a little bit. And at an angle. You're not gouging straight in. You gouge straight in, that's when it's going to get a catch. You want it running on the edge. Okay, I see where I'm going to need to do a little bit of cleaning up. We'll get that scraper out here. Got a nice edge on it. The difference with a scraper is you want to be even or maybe just a slightly tipped down, not largely tipped down, just very slightly tipped down, so that burr edge is catching. And you want to sharpen all the way over to here, so when you're coming up the side, you've got a side here to grab it. You're not having to use the end of the bone end of the scraper. Let the scraper do the work for you. You don't have to really push. All it's doing is getting the highlights. Yeah, that's a little rough right in there. That'll sand out, but that's coming along very good. We're about right here. We got about another 3/4 of an inch or so to go, and we'll be done with this one. So let's see if we can get down in there and get this one completed. The good news is that crack that we fixed on the outside here, right here, I'm not seeing on the inside. So that's good news. So we should be able to shore that up, and we can go as thin as we want on the outside here. Make this nice thin bowl. Ooh, that wasn't good. There we go. And we're getting down there. A little bit more. A little thin right here. I got to watch for that because that slopes off. There's a little cutoff here, so gonna have to make it a little thicker on the bottom edge, and it's not quite the same slope. Yeah, I can go a little further. I want to check my. Again, I'm not going to torque this down at all. I'm just feeling for tightness. As long as it's tight, we're not messing with it. Guys, hope you guys are keeping a good conversation going there in the comment section. I haven't gone over to look at it lately. We have a good community of turners, and if you get a chance, please check out 77 Rockets and Big Dog and Timber Designs and Whacking Shack and all the others out there that help me out a lot. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Ryan. That hurricane bull gouge is nice. Although I will say this, I'm gonna show you again. Look at the different designs between. This is the hurricane, and I've got this more of a fingernail asymmetric turning edge here. Here I've got a little bit less of an angle, or more of an angle actually, less nose, a little different angle here, and this is really good too. So I'm going to use. I'll try this BW wood turning again just to see. It's a BW wood turning bowl gouge. We'll see how that goes in here. It's always chancy trying a different bowl gouge when you've been turning with one all through a project, and you switch out. It can be a little bit dangerous at first. It has a little bit different of an angle to it. See what it's giving me? Look at these little slivers. Really nice. Nice finishing work. I'm going to go to my scraper now, I think. There we go. Let's see how we're doing thickness-wise. Oh yeah, we're fine here. I'm roughly right here. So I got a little bit more I can scrape out. I don't want to go too far. Maybe we can kind of lighten the load just a bit. I have to go. Let me go to my Glenn Lucas here. This is by Glenn Lucas. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is my. I'm sorry, my Glenn Lucas together. This is my Tig and Breach. These right here are a set of Benjamin's Best, actually available on Amazon. I don't get anything for this. I'm just letting you know that they're M2 steel. They're both very substantial. You can see how thick they are. They come fully sharp, ready to go, and for less than $50, they are a great set of scrapers for anybody who wants a set of scrapers and wasn't sure quite what to do. Get these, and then get yourself a burnisher. Learn how to burnish these. This is a burnisher, or this is a burnisher here too, but this is a burnisher, and when you get it, you can burnish it on. You can first do it on your grinder, but then when you want to just raise it up again, you want to kind of straighten that out a little bit. You can see that, okay? And then you want to just take this and just kind of roll it like this. You should be able to feel. Oh yeah, there's the new edge right there. You only want to do it 2 or 3 times. See how that works. Yeah. And scrapers can be as aggressive or as non-aggressive as you want them to be. I tend to not want them to be very aggressive, but you can grind them at a much sharper angle. I've got a couple that are, and if you do that, like this one here, this bullnose one, look at the angle on this. That's pretty severe, and that gets in there, and that really digs through too. Okay, but that's for different purposes. I wouldn't want to do that on this piece of wood, especially when I'm finishing. Okay, so we got this finished. Again, if you can, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And that way you'll know when I'm doing my next live, which is going to be a surprise to me at the moment too, because I'm not sure when. But I know I'm going to do one next Thursday, but we might do one before that to show you what we finished up here. So, because we're going to have a couple projects we never got to, and a couple projects we haven't finished. So, let's get this sanded up, and we will go from there. Okay, we got this big sanding problem in here. Get that. I love having remotes. Remotes just make your job so much easier. And I love having a dust collection system. Oh, that's picking up that dust. I don't know if it's picking it up in the camera or not. Okay, let's go in reverse. And you have to kind of go back. You have to go up here now. Do that. There we are. Yeah, I got a couple rough spots right in here. I need to try to get. It's amazing how nice and light this piece of wood is now, after all that turning and sanding. going to hit the outside of this too a little bit. Again, we raised the grain just slightly, I think, when we were turning on this. We want this to be nice, the feeling. We want it the outside and the inside, and make sure it's a really nice sanding. I think you're going to like the results of this when we get this finished. Okay. Yeah, okay. Move on to the next one. Nice thing about doing a minor tenon is if I decide I want to go back and work on the finish of this more, even push it back up and maybe turn it just a little bit more, I can do it because I'm not cutting off the tenon. When you cut off the tenon, it makes it a lot harder. You have to use a jam chuck or something else to get it back on the lathe. And this way, I just need to chuck it back up, go right back to work on it anytime I want. I was going through a couple of my old molds that I did a couple years ago, and I could see where I could do a better job on them. And because they have a tenon still attached or inside, I can go back and maybe turn it a little bit more, make it a little thinner, make it a little more presentable, a little more color in it, and then refinish it. No harm, no foul. So there's a lot of advantages for me of doing a recessed miter instead of recessed tenon, I should say, instead of doing a tenon that you hang out and then have to cut off afterwards. Now, there's some times when you need to do that, and then that's perfectly fine. What we got going here? Hey, Derek. Yeah, it's looking pretty, big dog, but wait until I put the finish on there and you'll see it. I think you'll really like how it jumps out. Okay. Now we're getting into the fine stuff. Okay. Make sure I really get that washed out there. Okay. Try this a little more. Gonna get the little fine stuff. And we'll be ready to put the finish on this. Ryan and Big Dog and anybody else, if you guys want to put your You guys want to put your channels on there, please do that. Post your channels on there and give these guys a look. They're really worth watching. Each one of us does a little bit different turning. Ryan likes to make a lot of bowls with tops on them. Been doing a lot of that lately. Some pins. Big Doc, I'm not sure what you're turning lately. And Whacking Shack. Mike's always doing something new and different. He started turning seriously just a few months ago, but he's really taken to it. So is Ryan. All these guys have actually. They all got the bug for turning. And they all have their own style. And that's what's kind of cool about it. You don't have to have any one particular style. If you look at all the different kinds of things that I've turned kaleidoscopes and pillboxes and ladies' cosmetic mirrors and pens and bracelets and all sorts of different things over the years. And this is what I'm doing now, live bowls. I like to do live edge bowls, but this one was not possible with this particular wood. There is no real way of doing that. The bark just tears off. I'm going to have to make myself some more tung oil here soon. Tung oil finish here soon. Now we can get that color to start popping out of here. Okay, let me get that. Let me turn this off. I always forget to turn that off. Okay. I'm going to do the outside here a little. Wow, sucking that up right away. Even though I've already put 2 coats on this outside, sucking it right up, sucking it right up on the inside too. Get you in there a little bit more so you can see that orange. Oops. See that there? See, as fast as you put it in, it sucks it right up. Boy, it sucked it all up on the outside too. It's dry to the touch. Look at that. It's not even on my fingers. As fast as I put that in there. I'm gonna wipe that off a little bit. And then I'll go back and I'll show you that. When we get done here, I'm going to show you that little money-making tip that I showed some of you earlier. If you were around for the first version of this video before it got cut off by YouTube, you already know it, but I'm going to go over it again for those of you that didn't get to see it. And it's a way that you can make a few bucks if you pay attention and if you're in the right place at the right time. And it has nothing to do with turning wood. Just a little side thing that I came across the other day in talking with some of my friends, and kind of a big surprise to it. So let's do the inside here, and then I'll show you that, and then we'll take this off and do the reveal, and we'll call it a day. But let's watch this first. Let's do this in here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna Put that aside for a minute. I'll show you what that little idea was. If you didn't see it earlier, this is called, pull out a bit. Okay. This is called Johnson's Paste Wax, and it was very popular for about, 50 or 60 years. People used it to put on their hardwood floors and so forth. You notice these look slightly different. They're both the same, but this one is from 1986. This one's slightly newer. They last forever, basically. It's carnauba wax, basically, almost 100%. And if you put a little wet towel in here, and keep that moist, make that moist, put it in here. The towel and this wax is going to last you forever. Okay, it's very soft. It's a very good wax, and it really, really will seal up and give you a nice luster on your wood. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try a little of this. Now, here's the deal. They stopped making this. And when they stopped making it was in December 31st of 2021, right during the COVID panic and all. And the price of this stuff at the time that they stopped making it was around $8, a little less, maybe a little more, depending where you bought it. About $8 for a can, a 1 pound can. And that can, like I said, would last you most of a lifetime, unless you like to go out and polish your car every week, because it was also used as paste wax for polishing cars. I mean, there's an awful lot of cars from the 60s and 70s and 80s and on that were polished with Johnson's paste wax. Anyway, they stopped making it. Well, looked it up the other day. This stuff is going for $250, $240 a can. And I see these all the time when I go to yard sales and estate sales. So if you're out there on a Saturday or something and you're looking at an estate sale or yard sale, make sure you check out their, because they're usually kind of stuck in a corner, but make sure you check out to see if they have any of this paste wax, either cleaning supplies or in their automotive supplies. You used to see these in almost every garage in the country had this. If you find it, it's worth grabbing and keeping, because like I said, it's now worth about $200 a can. That's what they're asking for it on eBay, and that's what they're asking for it if you can find it anyplace else. You may also find it at old hardware store, because it keeps forever. It never comes off the shelf, and they'll just keep it there until they finally sell the last one. And even though it's been 4 years now or 3 years now since they stopped making it, I would bet there's still some old hardware store out there that has it. And like I said, there's probably thousands and thousands, maybe millions of cans in garages all over the place. Okay. That little luster it's got there. Now we're going to turn this up at speed a little bit. Make sure I'm on nice and tight. Okay. We'll turn the speed up. Buff this out just a little bit. Got it at about 1,000 right now. I could go a little higher, but I think for right now I'm going to let that just kind of harden on there like that. Let's kind of show you what we got. So there's the bowl. Look at the inside of that. A lot going on. You can see this crack here. There's cracks. This is that crack from the other side. And hopefully we've sealed it enough that it's not going to become an issue. You can see the outside here. I love this starburst. Looks like the sun coming up, doesn't it? And hopefully, if this wood cures enough, Again, this is a piece of pine. This is just plain old pine, Jeffrey pine, actually. It's a little harder pine. We got pretty good on the bottom. I think we probably got within about a 1/4 inch on the bottom there. I kept the slope angle pretty much as I could, considering I have this part here that I had to watch out for. But what do you think? There's our bowl for the day. One of our bowls for the day. Yeah, and that wax finish, you can put that on there anytime, and it'll just keep feeding it and feeding it, and keep the wood happy. It feels very nice. Of course, my hands are kind of covered with stuff right now, but it feels pretty good. I have a feeling after it's had a chance to dry a little bit, and I might put it back on and do a real high end like a Scotch guard, like one of these Scotch pads. These are really great to use in between coats because they don't really grab anything, but they'll take any little furry things that are off of there. Scotch pads, very cheap. Great way to do this without causing any trouble to your wood. Just another little tip there for you. You can see that miter was more than sufficient. In fact, that's deeper than I like to make them usually. But that's all that was holding this on. It was spinning just fine. Sharp tools so you don't get grabs. And using the right tool with the right technique, and you don't have those problems. I appreciate all of you being here today and watching. But I'm going to probably let you all go at this point. And please subscribe if you can, and that way you'll be able to be notified for our next live, which I'm hoping will be this weekend. Still unsure of that, but if we do get back to it, we'll come back and we'll finish this one off. And meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all 3 videos that were put out today, because I had to go on 3 times. And I will try to lace them together into one video if I can. I'm not sure if I can, but if I can, I'll link them so that you can go from one to the other, and we'll try and do better next time. Hopefully, they'll stop if we get over 1,000 subscribers on a regular basis now. They'll stop cutting me off, and we can have more and more people watching at one time. I guess the 600 just kind of was too much for it, and it couldn't handle it. So yeah, thanks, Big Dog and Ryan and Ken, Robert. Hey, Robert, gotcha. Didn't see you there. It's good to see you, Robert. And please, Robert, leave your channel on here too, so people can see your stuff. Yeah, do the old Mike. Yeah, do the Johnson Space Wax. I did. Yeah, that is the thing to do. I'd be interested to see how many of you have. I would be interested to see how many of you guys have some of that Johnson Space Wax that you thought was just an $8 can, and now you find out it's a $200 can. See, all of you are now rich. If you can find someone to buy it for $200, you're rich. That part I'm not sure I can help you with. But anyway, thank you all for coming and visiting today, and we will talk to you soon. Please check out my friends at 77 Rockets and Big Dog and Robert and Timber Designs and Whacking Shack, all those guys. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.